Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. Yesterday we prayed for one of our Balavera teachers, for my nephew. Today we are going to pray for all of those who have passed away in California recently, for them, for their families, for their friends, for society. Relax your body. Enjoy breathing and quieten your mind. Sahana Vavatu. May we all be safe. When we reflect on violence in a logical manner, I've often shared what we do in Meaningful Mornings. The vision statement is Sanatana Dharma, or infinite nature. That means one nature. That means we are all the same. To feel this vision statement, below that is the mission statement, which is self-development. The less vices I have, the more virtues I have, the more I feel infinite. I sink into the oneness. To feel this, below the mission statement is the action statement, which is to study and then follow the discipline of what you're studying. Study and discipline lifts us up to self-development, which lifts us up to Sanatana Dharma. Anyone who is studying and disciplining themselves, they will be the opposite of violence. And they will be a catalyst to nonviolence. Praying for nonviolence is important. Being a catalyst to nonviolence is more important. And that's what we do in Meaningful Mornings. Reviewing verse 17. Kiritinam gadinam chakrinam cha tejo rashim sarvato deeptimantam pashyami tvam durniriksham samantat deeptan alarkadyutim aprameyam. In the first quarter, a reflection for us. In one hand, Sri Krishna has a conch that is the scripture that is calling us home. In another hand, a mace or club. Reflecting on this is karma. If one doesn't study and follow the disciplines of a scripture, then karma starts to push and pull and punch and kick. Living becomes harder. If one is not sensitive to that, in another hand is a chakra or a discus. That is to cut the ego And shared in a different way, this is time. I may feel that I can escape pain for a decade. I can escape living indulgently for the first half of my life. Time will catch up and will cut us. Finally, though, is a lotus, which is our nature is to be free. And we all will be free. Why postpone that with the mace and the discus? Listen to the conch, follow the conch. In the second quarter, the application for us, 1 month from today, we will celebrate the first important birthday of the year, that is God's birthday, or Mahashiva's Ratri. And I was sharing with the kids in Cleveland recently, the way to prepare for this birthday is to shift your attention from articles to awareness. Even as you engage an article like a conch, try to be attentive to, how do I know that's a conch? How am I even holding that conch? The foundation for all of this is awareness. The Ratri part is to shift from articles, and the vigil part is to be in awareness. The third quarter, feeling one is awareness is difficult. A practice that I will share tonight in our Practices to Perfection class is eat, which means enjoy alone time. When we are with another, there's a constant input that's coming in which we need to process. So feeling one's awareness is harder, but if you can curtail, if you can limit what you input, then what happens is who we actually are becomes more apparent, reveals itself. Enjoy alone time, input less, so you can tune into what you actually are. The final quarter, whenever one is experiencing love and they express this, there's no redundancy. If you feel what Prince Arjuna is expressing or these verses are redundant, my rigorous analysis of this is, it's because you don't love Shri Krishna the way that Prince Arjuna does. For a lot of us, we're approaching self-development logically. How can you do this? All that is important, like a value, you can't measure patience or compassion. Logic debilitates one from experiencing these verses. For so many of us, we have listened to the Ramayana again and again and again because we love this. I can't say I've listened to this once, now I've understood it. The second time is boring. On Monday evening, when I'd picked up our children from their daycare, so I was with Shuka particularly, and he said, "How did you come back from Seattle?" And I said, "I took a plane." He said, "Next time take a jet, that way you can come back faster." So now, is that illogical to you? How is Vivekji going to fly in a jet? That doesn't make sense. Correct? How can you experience such love if you're approaching this logically? But I did. I told them, this is why you go to school, to make enough money for me to fly on a jet. We continue, verse 18. Tvamaksharam paramam veditavyam Tvamasya vishvasya param nidhanam Tvamavyaya shashvata dharma gopta Sanatanastvam purusho mato me. Tvam, referring to Sri Krishna. I'm going to read the translation that Pujya Swami Chinmayananda has shared. Aksharam, imperishable. Paramam, supreme being. Veditavyam, worthy to be known. Here are some reflections for us. I'm going to read to you a quote, a teaching from Pujya Swami Tejomayananda. Once a person realizes the highest truth, there is nothing more to gain. His to-do list ends. He is kritakritya, one who has achieved whatever has to be achieved. Veditavyam, the one who is worthy to be known. Knowing Sri Krishna, knowing yourself, your to-do list ends. When our to-do list in a day ends, we feel wonderful. Imagine for lifetimes. Yesterday, I was explaining how a guide, in this case, Sri Krishna, a quality of a guide, Sri Krishna, is to be dayalu, which means empathetic, compassionate. A guru, this word has a source in girati. Girati means to swallow or to absorb. A steady, sincere, strong guru, whom we can call a sadguru, is one who wants more disciples, is not one who wants more followers. What is the difference? A disciple is one who doesn't want to suffer anymore. That's what makes them open to discipline. They know it's their indisciplined thinking, speaking, acting, which is causing their suffering. A follower doesn't know that. A follower is one who's almost normalized suffering. So a Sadguru is one who doesn't want to see a disciple suffer, and so they absorb that suffering. They guide them through the trust triangle to divinity. Then that disciple is no longer a sufferer, but rather is a blesser. They are a blessing to all they interact with. Veditavyam. What are you investing in knowing? Tvam, Vishvasya, your form, is the universe. Param, you are great. Nidhanam, you are a treasure house. When we chant Vishnu Sahasranama, what is the first name? Vishvam, the same as being shared here. Shri Krishna's form is the multiverse, not just your family. Today is Republic Day. I'm going to read to you a teaching from Pujya Swami Chinmayananda. To love God for health, wealth, or betterment of family affairs is to love all these and not God. Shri Krishna is the multiverse, the way to be a disciple is to love the multiverse. Not just chant it, but to love this. You, Avyayaha, are imperishable, Shashwata Dharma Gopta, and the protector of the eternal Dharma. Sanatana Dharma is also known as Shashwata Dharma. Reading some of Pujya Swami Chinmayananda's teachings. In India, to the Hindus, the protector of his Dharma is not a mortal king or a priest class. The Supreme alone is its guardian. For the Hindus are not followers of any accidental prophet who had a fleeting historical reality and a limited mission of serving his immediate generation with the best he had. To the Hindu, the eternal truth is his goal, his master, and his way. What a universal opportunity that every one of us can access. Final quarter. Tvam sanatanaha purushaha. You are the ancient purushaha. And now a very lovely part of this verse. Me mataha. Prince Arjuna shares, in my opinion, I have actively listened and reflectively listened to all that you've shared, and this is what I feel you are. Do you feel the same way? From inspiration to application. Your application yesterday was to place a conch near where you work. How many of you did this? Cool. Your work is not mutually exclusive to your self-development. It's an opportunity for self-development. What you experience in meaningful mornings, you have to experience. It should be meaningful day, meaningful noon, meaningful evening, meaningful night, meaningful sleep, not just meaningful mornings and the rest is robotic living. Your application for this morning. Yesterday I'd shared, if depend, then serve. Prince Arjuna is realizing he's in Sri Krishna, which means he depends on Sri Krishna, which is why he's now serving Sri Krishna. If depend, then serve. Are you? Are you serving that which you depend on? If no, the obvious application of this is, how can you be Prince Arjuna? And if you are serving what you depend on, then you will become Prince Arjuna. Bharat Mata ki Jai. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be joy.